America dominates the technology world unbelievably today. It's the sole technology power in the world. Top 10 companies globally by market value, 9 are American, all tech. We've never seen companies make this kind of money in human history.
If not Trump, do you see that maybe in the next presidency, there could be a threat for tech talent going in from India to the US?
President Trump wants to make America great again. You can't make America great again by shutting out the best talent coming from the world. They will not come. So America has totally 10 million people working for American companies globally, out of which 4 million are Indians. So America is shooting itself in the foot. And if they shut out the Indians, fine. It's okay. What will happen? They will also...
Thank you for being on Bharat Varta again, sir. Really appreciate your time. We have a wide range of things that we want to talk about. India's IT services legacy, building tech innovation in India, and so on and so forth. But I want to start with something topical. You've been commenting on the H-1B issue that has happened off late. I mean, could you just share a summary of what you feel about it? You think it's practical, or do you think that it's going to actually hurt the US economy?
Let me state the facts. What has President Trump done? He has increased the fee payable on the H-1B application to $100,000. It applies for the next year, not this year. For this year till September 30th, the applications are over. There will be a lottery. It will be applied as per the earlier norms. It is only for the next year, when applications probably start by 1st October. The lottery and others may happen in April or whatever it is. So it doesn't apply for the next 12 months. Now, there is a stock of existing H-1Bs of 300,000 or so, and 235,000 are Indian, 70%. So they will continue under the old norms. They can renew every 3 years for up to 9 years or 12 years, or they file green card, and they can continue to stay there, and there is no increase in cost for them. The increase in cost is only for the next year. So next 6-12 months, no impact. Will it impact after that? Last year, there were 85,000 visas given, 20,000 given to students from American universities who are from overseas. And 15,000 of the balance 65,000 went to Indian companies. And most of the visas went to American companies, with the top being Amazon, I think. And the Indian companies paid a minimum of $100,000 as salaries. It's not cheap. $100,000 plus travel up and down, plus social security, plus medical insurance. It could come to $120,000. They charge their clients $150,000, $200,000. So it's not cheap. All this narrative of saying cheap labor coming here, taking a job doesn't apply. And there are only 65,000 visas. And I think it's important for people to understand. So what will be the impact? Hardly any impact. First, there's a stock of visas. Second, they may cut down the number of visas from 15,000, 10,000 been coming down. Even though they have a larger number of employees working in the US by Indian companies, they have got 55 to 65% of local staff there who are local Americans. They invested in them, trained in them. So I don't see much impact on this, except it will drive away critical work from the United States into India or offshore all around the world. Because most American companies will increase the GCC contribution. GCCs have grown tremendously, driven by lack of talent in America. That has been the old issue. In the last many years, you've seen most students apply for social sciences and some work studies and all kind of stuff. And student debt has gone to 1.5 trillion. It's not that people who are bright don't get jobs. They get jobs. But you've got to get a good education, and that's been a problem. And even if Indian companies want to apply for visas next year, what is the cost? From 15,000, it may go to 10,000. For 10,000 visas is 1 billion. And the client will have to pay the money for that, or you pay 50-50 with the client. And it is for 3 years, $340 million a year. Compared to the total export, it is nothing.
Right.
It's something that anybody can observe. So I'm not unduly worried, except for the hostile environment that's being created through this. The rhetoric and the hostile environment is not good for America. America dominates the technology world unbelievably today. It's the sole technology power in the world. Of the top 10 companies globally by market value, 9 are American, all digital companies. The only one which is non-American is Saudi Aramco. Nvidia is $4 trillion. Of the top 50 digital companies in the United States, 25 have non-American CEOs. And almost all of them have come there because of H-1B.
Right.
They're mostly Indian.
Right.
And we have never seen a technological domination in the world like we're seeing today with American companies. Most of them are becoming digital monopolies. So Europe is not a competitor in this world. China is a competitor, but is within its own economy because they're not going outside. India is a strategic partner, the force multiplier for America. And how big is India in the digital world with America? America has 6 million people in software. 1 million are Indians, legally resident. India has 6 million people in the export industry. We exported $235 billion of software last year. Out of which 60% work for American companies. India has 7.5 million people working in software. This 1.5 million extra is local industry plus startups. So America has totally 10 million people working for American companies globally, out of which 4 million are Indians. 50% of global hiring last year in software is from India. We're the largest contributor, the human capital technology pool in the world, free world, outside China. Of the top 10 software service companies in the globally by value, market value, 5 are Indian. Of the top 5, 3 are Indian. Of the 3.2 million employees there, about 2.3 million are Indians last time I looked at data. Bangalore has in a population of 12-13 million, 2.5 million people working in technology, 65,000 IT companies, 20,000 startups, 52 unicorns, exported $80 billion of software last year, $120 billion of services. It's an extraordinary city. The largest collection of human talent in the technology field is in Bangalore, not California. California has got 1.5 million. By 2030, India will have more software human capital working in India than any country in the world. Any country in the world. It will continue. We have an innovative system here, continue. So, we are the force multiplier for American technological domination of the world. If you look at Europe and America, the difference lies in their capital markets, great R&D, and human capital. And in human capital, we have made a very, very substantial contribution.
Absolutely. But if you look at politics as an expression of the people's interests, there seems to be some kind of a bipartisan feeling, both red or blue, Democrat or Republican, that somehow Indians or Asians are taking away their jobs and so on and so forth. But strangely, they don't have any problem with people coming across the border. But somehow this skilled talent is displacing what could potentially be white American jobs in some sense. So if not Trump, do you see that maybe in the next presidency or the presidency after, there could be a threat for tech talent going in from India to the US?
Look, the rhetoric will be there. America will soon understand that technology companies will lobby and give the data to people. President Trump wants to make America great again. You can't make America great again by shutting out the best talent coming from the world. They will not come. They will not come. Right. Today, more than 50% revenues of the Standard & Poor 500 comes from outside America. Out of the 62 trillion market capitalization in America, I don't know what the number is now, 25 trillion is the top 10 digital companies who get more than 50% revenues coming from outside America. They're all global companies. And if you look at the cost structure, most of the costs of salaries are based in America, but most of the revenues are coming from outside America. There's no, cost structure outside comparable to what is there in America. The headquarters in America, they spend more on R&D in America. All of the high value spending is in America. If you look at what Apple does, Apple's manufacturing cost is quite low compared to what they earn by R&D and charges and everything else. But the models are shifted. I don't think the political is aware of all this data. They need to study the data. If more than 50% revenues come from outside America, you are a global company, not a real American company. You just happen to be in America. Right. And you are dominating the world, making money head over heels. Microsoft makes $80 billion. How much of it comes from outside America? Check up. Google makes 85. Apple makes 100 billion. This is an enormous amount of money. We've never seen companies make this kind of money in human history. So America is shooting itself in the foot. And if they shut out the Indians, fine. It's okay. What will happen? They will all set up ODCs everywhere else, in GC everywhere else, and they'll work. And now they threaten, if you remit money to pay for services, we'll levy a charge. The billing will be done to a non-US company. All US companies have subsidies all over the world, where they place their profits. They do transfer pricing. Now you build there. What does it matter? You work here, build there. See, you can't stop all this, and you only. But the real danger is the rhetoric. We don't want terrorists attacking Indians, or some guys going and shooting off against Indians, abusing them, racial taunting. We don't want that kind of hatred happening, which is happening. Because the Indians have been very successful, easy to tackle them. Very successful, very law-abiding people who are doing very well. So you don't want to create an enemy out of India. Because the Indians are the top earners and taxpayers in America for any community.
Yeah, most successful demographic. There is also a feeling that this could be an important forcing function for some of this tech talent to return in India and build in India. But do you see some credence to that?
Look, all that is unnecessary statements. Why do people leave India and go overseas? They get better prospects. Okay. Can India offer them the same prospects? No. It's tougher in India. It takes more time. We have a very oppressive business regime in India. We don't have enough capital in India. We are tax terrorism. There are many things. Those of us who worked in India, succeeded, done very well, have struggled very, very hard. If we put in the same efforts outside India, we would have been much better. Okay, let's be clear, let's be honest about it. Okay, today we got about 1.3, 1.6 million young students going outside. Barring the top 10, 20% who study in the top universities, rest have all gone there to emigrate. They're coming from smaller towns, they're selling the property, they're giving commission to some of these human traffickers to take them across. Are they going there legally? All want to settle down because they think they want to earn money. They're not going to come back. And those who are successful will not come back. They got houses, they got things. It's illogical for say, they'll come back and build for India. There is no nationalism among people who have gone out for economic reasons. Let's be clear. There is no brain drain. It's all rubbish. Let them go outside. Let any Indian who wants to go outside. We are a free people, a free country. Go to any country where you think you'll do well and live happily. It's okay. We're not going to lose anything. Let them go build that country. We got enough brains in this country. We got enough smart people in this country. We'll build India. All of us have stayed back. We have built India. We have sacrificed and we have been successful. It's taken more pain, more hard work. Yes, true. We want a government to ease up and reduce all this unnecessary pain, unnecessary constriction that we have. So you can grow to 10 trillion and do well. And young people who are smart are coming back. They don't come back, it is fine. I don't think we should lament that and say, will they come back, build India? Do you want them to come back and build India? We can build India, man. What's wrong with us? Why do we lack confidence? What we lack is capital in technology. We don't have enough capital. India invested $160 billion in technology startups and venture capital 2014-24. China put $845 billion. America $2.32 trillion. That's the problem. And that money is not coming because of stupid policy of the government of India. They're not allowing insurance companies to invest because of bad policies. We talk to them, they listen, they don't do much. They've done some other thing, they must improve. Pension funds don't do. Insurance companies got 80 lakh crores AUM. How much have they invested? Nothing. Pension funds have got some 40 lakh crores, 45 lakh crores. What have they invested? Nothing. They must change the norms and allow them to invest if they want through funds. We've been fighting the battle. We go to finance ministry, they listen and laugh at us. They have done something, they're responsible, but they're not able to enforce it. They should do it. Who are the biggest funders of innovation in the West, in America? Endowments. Our endowments can't invest. Pension funds, they can't invest. And then we got insurance companies from the thing. They don't, because they're long-term investors. Here we got Canadian pension fund come and put $20 billion into India. They've taken the India risk. They've taken the currency risk, putting money and laughing all the way to the bank. They're doing well. Yeah. Why can't our LIC and others put money? Lethargy. Government, the norms, IRDA should change. We got a new chief, Ajay Seth. Hopefully, he's from Bangalore, he understands this. Hopefully, he'll bring in change. So we suppress our own people, then lament, let them come back. Forget it, let them go. Who cares?
When we talk about Indian IT services, I have been a product of, IT services myself, and I can count maybe like 3 or 4 generations that have kind of benefited from Indian IT services. Yes. Probably among the top 5 greatest things that have happened to India in the last 30-35 years, I would say. But why do people lament about IT services? Yes, there are all these non-performing, rubbish-speaking, fake narrators who are failures in life. They're not created anything useful in life. They say, why can't you create a Microsoft? Why can't you create a Google? Why can't you do this? Why are you not doing it? You got so much of money. Why do you? There are stupid people who are not using their brains. I'm very angry and upset.
We have built this industry and given 60 lakh people high quality jobs, yet we get abused as cyber coolies. We get abused as dirty Indians by our own people here. The JNU type, the leftists who have never done anything useful in their life were total failures. I don't mind being criticized by a person who's been successful, who has shown this. Many of them come and show. I tell them, buddy, why didn't you do it and show us? You're such a smart guy. You're God's one creature. Go do it. They don't do it. They want to sit in judgment against who have been successful. We fought the battle. We know how tough it was to build this industry. Absolutely. We spent years of our life working 12 hours days, 7 days a week to build this industry to produce jobs. And we don't want your appreciation, but we don't want your abuse. Let me give you data. We are the largest software service providers in the world, 235 billion. 60% of global outsourcing comes here. We do some of the most sophisticated work globally. It's not cheap. We charge well, whatever the market base, and we compete with global companies, and we win deals, and we do well. We train people. We put $3 to $4 billion a year on training people. We hide from college in a broken education system where people don't know they're not very good, and we train them. And we put in that money, we treat them well. We do so many things, and we build this industry. Now they say, why can't you create a Google? Google, Facebook, Microsoft, which country are they? America. What is the GDP? 32 trillion. What is our GDP? 4 trillion. How much do the digital market there? 3 to 4 trillion. What are the market cap digital companies? Maybe 40 trillion. You understand? How much money have they invested? 2.32 trillion over 10 years. How much have we put? 140 billion. Out of which maybe 70-80% has come from overseas. What are the locals put? Peanuts. And we don't invest. And what is the market? 40-50 billion locally. And it's a very price sensitive market. This country is too small for us. And we have done so much. And we are dominated. This has taken a lot of time. Now, what these malcontents and all these negative people don't understand is, every time there's a technological change, new companies come up and create the change. One point of time, IBM was the master of the universe. Mainframe computers, operating system, they were dominant. Then what happened? Microsoft came in the early 90s with DOS and client server, and Bill said, I want a PC on every desk. I remember joining Infosys in 1994. We were buying a Pentium PC, Pentium 4, for $2,500. And we beat on the price because we bought 1,000 machines for $1,000, for $2,000. Can you believe it? The price in the race may be $400, $350, $400. Now, whatever it is, those days we build it so that the scene changed with that. Microsoft became dominant. IBM went back. But you could say IBM should have done that DOS, IBM should have built it. They didn't do it for whatever reason, because they were not geared for that. And then came SAP and Oracle in enterprise work. It is not Microsoft who did enterprise work. It is not, IBM which did that. They tried, they didn't work. And they dominated enterprise. Correct? In Y2K, we dominated, we helped the world change. And then the internet came, a new breed of companies came. We are Salesforce.com using the internet and the SaaS model. And then we had other companies come up. Many died. There was a boom. Connectivity was fixed. Everything came up. And then we had some of these companies like Google come up. Some of these companies like Facebook, Meta and come up. They dominated. They were a result of that era. They came up. And then when the hyper cloud came, because cloud was being built, AI was being built, NVIDIA came and did the GPU chips. IBM didn't do the chips. Apple didn't do the chips. In the meantime, Apple came along with the PC revolution, and then they built an entire $500 billion revenue with mobile phones and all that. In the mobile phones, Nokia died. Nokia was a new company. IBM didn't create mobile phones. Microsoft didn't create. A new company came, Apple, and they're dominating the world. Now Google has done something with that Pixel and Android. But Google did the search. They dominate the world of search.
Right.
So a lot of money they make, and they did it because each new thing. So in this country, we need new companies to come.
Yeah.
In the age of AI, there are hundreds of small companies. Piyush Goyal criticized and said, where are the deep tech companies, and abused us. I told him that, look, there are hundreds of companies. Where is the money that you have put? What money have you put to deep tech? Deep tech takes a lot of time. What money have you put in R&D? How much money are you putting in R&D? You're giving it to all government institutions. You don't give it to private institutions. Put money. Create a 50,000 crore fund. Give it to all these young companies. Let them do it. They will grow. It takes time. They need capital. They need markets. And all these deep tech companies, they need markets. Only now the space sector has opened up. Look at what has happened. And DRDO is opening for defense. Yes, many defense companies are coming up, but still it's very hard. Procurement defense is very hard. They don't pay you. They allow you in, but then don't pay you. They make you sit outside the door, delay it, then you know what happens. There's petty corruption there. We fight with the battle beyond and make it life easy. Don't abuse us. We'll build this country. We have built this country. Piyush Goyal has not built the IT service industry. He has been minister for a long period of time. I want to ask him, what has he done? What has Ashwini Vaishnav as IT minister done for the IT service industry? He must spend more time in Bangalore and talk to all of us. And then he's not making comments. Ashwin is the good guy. He's doing this AI mission and all the things, small things. Should have done some bigger things, but it's okay. They're giving free GPU chips and thing and say we'll create some 8, 9 LLMs. LLMs cost $10, $11 billion, man. That DeepSeek prepared, I think, $1.5 billion. They say less.
They say 500 million, but
whatever it is, they got GPU capacities. They've got there. No, you can't do that without that.
Yeah.
It requires large training. What Indian companies are doing is building vertical LLMs. Today, when the world and global enterprises want to go to AI, who is going to help them? Indian service companies. They train the staff. MIT study says only 5% American companies have used AI. You can't buy ChatGPT, put it into your software and say, hey, ChatGPT change. Doesn't work, man. Let's be real. There's been more talk about AI and more hype about AI than anything else. Today, one US venture capitalist said 50% of people lose a job. Why 50? Make it 100. What does it matter? Say 100% lose a job. Everything will happen by itself. Doesn't happen. We know that. All these US enterprises want to do, they don't have talent, they don't have data scientists. The Indian companies and other service providers will help them change. They're already doing projects. They'll already change. It'll take 4, 5, 6 years to see the impact. Because the large enterprises, they don't move at the speed of light. It's not that you do ChatGPT, which is very good, or maybe Perplexity, and put it inside and say, hey man, you work by itself. It doesn't work. And these people don't understand. They make loose statements and our media picks it up. A lot of people make loose. Why it is not Infosys, TCS doing AI work? They got money. That's not their job. You need new kind of... They are doing AI work for their clients, global clients. They will do it. That's their job. It's not a job to keep LLMs and all that. That's a different business with a different risk profile.
Right. No, I think the IT services companies are critical to help these enterprises adopt AI as well. Globally as well, because I mean, if
they're the only ones who can help them. There's nobody else.
Yeah, if you look at real revenues from AI, Accenture perhaps is doing about 4 or 5 billion every quarter.
See, much of it is misclassification. Right. Somewhere you put one AI, same work, 10% say AI. It's okay, it'll happen.
Right. One of the things that you have said often is that, Indian IT services has moved way beyond low-cost labor arbitrage.
They're not low-cost, I told you right now.
Exactly.
Please.
Exactly. Yes.
The best companies use it for mission-critical work. Yes, correct. We are low-cost because we compete and win. Right. And we execute. Okay?
No, but I'm saying we've moved way beyond that. We have today the domain expertise, the domain insights,
we were a poor, battered country in the 90s when nobody in the world cared a shit for us. We're treated like dirty people coming out because our government has failed this country. And we did small projects, $50,000, $100,000, bigger projects. We spent time on Y2K, we spent time on the internet. Now they're doing multi-billion-dollar projects. They come up from the bottom.
Right.
We are bottom feeders, we come up from the bottom. And we're doing very sophisticated work. The world's business enterprises cannot run without us. So this malcontents who make this kind of loose talk should understand.
Right. How do we build more deep tech?
Give us money, man. Where is the capital?
But do you think we have the talent?
Of course we have.
Aspirational for that.
We got 7,500 AI first companies, startups here. Go to Traxin and look at all the number of deep tech companies. They will tell you. And go meet those founders and ask them what is that. One big minister met me in Bangalore and said, Mohan, I'm very worried. We don't have enough innovation in the country, in innovation in universities. What is happening? What should we do? I told him, there's a lot of innovation, minister. It's happening in the place where you are. Go and see them. He went 1 day later and he messaged me and said, Mohan, I'm very happy now. I see innovation happening. I'm seeing it happening. They're small. They need to get money. You don't get money. You don't get grants. It's a long gestation. You have to build the product. You have to test it. You have to do it. You have to market. And who will market deep tech? The biggest buyers of deep tech first are the US government and the military. Here, who is buying? Government of India? Look at the procurement. Set up people in Delhi who don't understand. And then they harass you for payment. Like all these defense companies, small startup who sell to them, the payments don't come on time. They make you sit outside the door to humiliate you. Because we are Sarkar. You understand? You got to change this attitude. Focus on that. And government of India and state government spend 9 lakh crores a year on subsidy. 9 lakh crores. 4 lakh crores, read the budget. 4 lakh crores, apart from the Marega program, which is another 1 lakh crore by Government of India. And then state government, our state government spends 1 lakh crore as subsidies. How much are they giving for innovation? Peanuts. Only now that LEAP program has come because of Priyank Karge. Priyank Karge has done a fantastic job as minister, young, dynamic minister. He did the Elevate program, which is very good. He and LQ Atik, who is a former ACS, has done this thing. Hopefully, they'll take it for first time, 1,000 crores allocated to create high-quality jobs. Hopefully, they'll execute well. And Tamil Nadu, 1,42,000 crores subsidy. Everything is a subsidy. 9 lakh crores. How much everybody is spending on innovation? Peanuts. How much government of India is spending? They give it to DRDO, give it to public sector university, takes our money. This is the only country where government takes taxpayers' money, give it to public sector to compete with taxpayers. Can you believe it? We went to NASA when I visit with IMA, where I was president. And they said, we will not use taxpayers' money to compete with taxpayers. We'll use taxpayers' money to go to areas where we create blue sky technologies and new technology. The risk is the highest. That's the way. You can't use taxpayers' money to compete taxpayers. Gandhiji said, this desh mein sarkar vyapari hai, us desh mein janta bikari hai. Because of Nehru's bad policy, we became a bikari nation. Correct? I'm not against public sector. I want public sector to compete to do well. But don't feed only the public sector because you're safe. Give it on competitive basis to anybody. The private sector, this country belongs to all of us. This is our private sector, this country, our people. The State Bank of India chairman, State Bank has 70,000 crores. You know how much the government pays the chairman? 45 lakhs. 45 lakhs. A junior in Bangalore within 5 years earns 45 lakhs. That's how you treat your best people. You will treat your best people. Don't pay them well. They do very well. DRDO and all get 25, 30, 40,000 crores. Let them release the technology to everybody. The technology belongs to us. Give it to everybody, all industry. Grow it. Only now it is done. Manohar Parrikar broke the stranglehold of all these commission agents for defense. Now they're giving out more orders, more and more things are happening, and it will come into, we have not been able to build a jet engine for 20 years to the stupid NAL, because they're incapable of doing that. The system will not allow them. They're good people. You should have given the money to Tata Motors or L&T, they would have built it. Why couldn't you build it? China built a jet. China is going to compete with Boeing and all. We had aircraft manufacturing in 1942 in HAL Bangalore. In the Second World War, India had 175 bases run by Americans. It's a powerful country. We ruined it. And now they make all these ill things, abuse people who are performers. Come on, give me a break.
So one of the things that IT services firms did really well was actually, I would say, they're almost finishing schools for Indian engineers, right?
What did we get? Raw material. I went to a HRD minister, secretary called me and said, Mohan, we are very worried about all those people who graduate in your college, we're not getting jobs. Yes. We have to worry about it. So we want to do something. Okay, tell me. What we'll do is, we will get 100 of those people, work with an IIT and others, with your help, industry help, and we'll convert them software engineers. I told him, Mr. Secretary, we are hiring 500 people a day. What are you talking 100 people? 500 people a day? And training them. What is this 100 going to do? That's the myopic thinking. They don't have a sense of proportion. They just don't get it. If they don't harass us, get out of the way, we'll be happier, we'll do better.
So if this thesis of AI and automation making it seem that we'll need lesser people to do those jobs, then what do we do with all of these engineers who are graduating? So how do we reskill them? How do we make them industry ready?
AI will create a lot of new jobs coming. Yes, AI will increase productivity 15, 20, 30, 40%. Some places 50, 60%. But the money that will be released by the productivity increase will now go into more business, growth and investment and R&D. So I don't see there's a slowdown in job because global spending has come down. Whatever happens globally impacts us. So last year the industry grew, revenues grew by 8.2% as per RBI. The listed companies grew by 3.84%. It's okay. You understand? Because global spending came down. Global spending will pick up now, and that spending came down because of interest rates, not because of AI, because of the turmoil, interest rates and all the politics and all that, and the Ukraine war. Now things are improving. US has reduced the interest rates. Then spending will increase. So this year and next year, we'll see spending coming back. That's the hope. So more jobs will be created. We are a growing economy. We have only 4 trillion. We have to build more roads. We have to build more airports. We have to build more tourist destination. We have to build more houses. We have to build more factories. We are not a saturated country like UK, France or America, where investment is less. We invest $1 trillion a year. National income strategies say we invest 92 lakhs last year.
Right. Yeah, we're starting at a very low baseline.
92 lakhs is $1 trillion. There are only 3 countries in the world, my friend. The problem with all of you and everybody, not you, is because you don't read data, you don't understand, and pull down the country at every opportunity by making some nonsensical statement, not you. I keep it in the media. I fight this battle every single day. I'm in a group with some people, think they're great innovators. Only abusive people. I respect people who are high achievers. You can criticize me or anybody to your heart's content, that's fine. But you have to be somebody who has achieved something to criticize. Not a loose guy going on the street making loose statement and abuse.
Right. In your role as an investor, you speak to a lot of startup founders as well. So when you compare and contrast the attitudes of today's founders with, folks who came in like 25, 30 years back, what is the comparison?
Today's founders want to build products and great companies. They're getting more access to capital than earlier. Right. They're much more secure than earlier because most of them don't have to support their families. People earlier 25, 30 years back had to support their family. They needed income. They were low earners. Now, the generation whose parents are in IT or got a good job, they've been educated abroad, many of them. They're very secure. They don't have to bother about the next meal or supporting family members. They're very different. There's nothing wrong with Indians. We are risk takers. We need a good economy which takes care of our basic needs so we can focus on risk and creating something great. You understand? Right. Indians are not risk takers. The Indians are this, they go for jobs. Man, economic conditions, you have to feed your belly first. You have to take care of your family. You Absolutely. Take care of your children. You need something minimum. That's not available unless you go for a job. There is no capital available. Right. Infosys never got capital till he went for an IPO. They slogged for 10, 12 years. And they only grew from 0 to 3 million in 12 years. Can you believe it? They slogged the butts out.
Wow.
They slogged the butts out. And then they created value because India opened up. India was oppressive. Government was oppressive. Right. They suppressed people. They didn't allow people to grow. Even now, much of the policy is suppressive and oppressive. We keep talking to them, change. They're changing, but very slow. RBI is so oppressive. They don't reply to you when you write letters. They issue policies. Parliament passed a law to open up and they then issue regulations to clamp down. Then give me this report, give me that. If I build a company with a foreign investor and sell it, I'm supposed to give a valuation report. What is this stupid valuation report? When I sell, there's a price between two people. Because they distrust you. They think that you're getting money outside, you're not trading for the great value. We are the defenders of the faith. The people in RBI, in Mint building, in Bombay think they're the only people saving this country from the thieves and marauders outside that building, includes all of us. They're saving this country. That's the attitude, good people, but wrong attitude. We have got policies of a $1 trillion economy for a $4 trillion economy. We need policies to take us to 10 trillion. Who's thinking about it? RBI is the biggest thing because foreign investment is required. People don't have faith in this country. They have an India risk. India risk is 4.5%, 5%. We can bring it down to 3%, 3.5%. But RBI should allow easier norms. They clamp down, they don't reply. Then after 1 year, they wake up and send a notice. What is this? Yeah. What is this happening there? And no controls. No controls. Nobody cares. And you fight with them, that threaten you, I'll send you to ED, I'll send you to this. And ED is a bottomless pit. People are scared to do business in this country. Yeah. Because of income tax. Income tax disputes, 5,40,000 crores in 2014. Today is 12.5 lakh crores. And I saw another table, it says 15 lakh crores, the total taxes in dispute. 85% last 5 years. What is the finance minister doing? They promised us to stop taxism. There's 15 lakh crores of demand. It's there in the budget, which is not debated in parliament. Can you believe it? Our MPs don't debate. The opposition doesn't debate. They want to shut it down for Palestine, for this, all kind of nonsense. That SIR in VR and all that, that's a fake narrative. And this 15 lakh crores has to be written off because the assessee is not available, or they got no assets. It's all fake demands, tax terrorism. You're given so much power to the tax officer can do whatever he wants. And then you fight it out. Fight out where? Go in appeal, commissioner. They will not go against the tax official. Go to tribunal, 2 or 3, 4 years. Go to High Court, 3 to 8 years. Go to Supreme Court, 4 to 5 years. By the time you get justice, 20 years, man. We got a broken justice system like Sanjay Sanyal said. They don't care. And in Supreme Court, a lawyer charges 10, 20 lakhs, stands up, saying, my lord, he gets what he wants. What about us? Ordinary people whose cases are stuck up. Cases are stuck up in the High Court. Cases stuck up everywhere. Nobody trusts your commercial dispute resolution globally. They come here, they file a case, get stuck. There's no resolution, there's no justice. And we've grown so far without justice. They have to, one of the big failures of the Modi government, they've been very successful, is the The justice system has deteriorated. We are not getting justice. They try to do it with all this judicial appointment, but they have to build capacity in the lower judiciary, build capacity in the high courts, cut down their appeals. They are the biggest litigator. Cut down the number of appeals. There are many things they can do which they are not doing because the secretaries don't want to do. Ministers just don't know what to do. They are not able to enforce it. What do we do?
Yeah, I think that is one of the biggest things that's holding us back. Just basic enforcement of contracts and so on. Yeah.
We live in fear.
Yeah.
Yesterday, just the other day, our deputy CM said, "Oh, you can't blackmail government. Government is not our master. They're not our rulers. He's our representative, not our master.
Right.
You can't make threats. You're blackmailing government. What is government? Government is our government. What is the blackmail? We can demand what we want from government. Your job is to have a look at it and decide. That's your job. Right. What is the black? You can go where you want. Can you talk like that? No, people in industry are scared because these people can oppress you. They can stop your business. They can do everything. A close friend of mine opened a cafe in Indira Nagar as charity. He's a billionaire, good man. One MLA from this area came there and wanted coffee. He had coffee. Then they gave him a bill. He said, "What, you giving me a bill?" "Sir, the norm." "Oh, I'll teach you." You know what he does? He calls up the corporation people. The health inspector came and shut it down. Shut it down. How can you do that? I called up the chief minister's private secretary, told him this is happening. Why are you doing all this? Because they panicked. Then they called up, suspended that fellow. Then I messaged this MLA, say, "How can you do this, man?" And his son goes around as doing all kind of dadagiri in this area. Where is the control? He stops it. That's the society we created, where we live in fear. That is not a society we want. Why don't you clean up all this? Why should anybody live in fear? We are free people of a free country. You should not live in fear. People are scared to talk. People are scared to open up. Only now we are seeing protests coming against the bad road ORR. You go see people's lives are miserable. They've not kept the city clean. They've eaten away the money. I heard that they spent 7,000 crores on potholes in the last 3 years. I read in the media. 7,000 crores, where are the money gone? I tweeted to our CM and said, "You inquire where the money has gone. There's a pothole mafia. They come and put mud, git and all, goes away in 3 months. Again put mud, git and all, goes in 3 months. You can't build a road. It's the lowest tech thing. The world over, you got good roads, man. Right. Build a road, clean the drains, hold it. You can't clean the streets. Does it require any great sense? Only now we got 5 corporations. Hopefully something has happened. This is what is wrong with this guy. Why didn't you do all that? Then what's the prosperity?
Right. So one of the things that you mentioned was the private space industry in India, which is a green shoot over the last 5-6 years. Government has done some very good things in the sense that
1,000 crore fund, yes. They're giving orders,
the
yes.
fund, then the Indian Space Association, the orders, working with ISRO and so on.
But they must give more orders and have a plan in the next 5 years. This is what we're going to do. This is the kind of orders you can get. These are the areas and encourage them. And ISRO should focus on design, focus on innovation, focus on R&D and building very futuristic spacecraft and all that, and much of what they do to be given to all these companies, because the offshoot of all these companies will be great technology for a manufacturing sector. Please understand.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, because a lot of ancillary parts and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's the strength of America.
Right. What can we do in other spheres, sir? I mean, like similar to what we have done, because ISRO
in the jet engines area, why don't we get a consortium to do it? Right now, they create a consortium for the next jet, which is very good. All of them are working together. Help the private sector to do it. Give them grants to do it. Give them grant challenges and decide and pay them money on time. Government of India should pay all its vendors on time, not harass them. Any harassment delay is bribery, unless proven otherwise. Public sector should pay his MSME in 15. MSME does not want handouts from you. They're not beggars. They're good people. They struggle taking the risk. Public sector, pay them in 15 days. Why are you delaying the payment? In the private sector, I see some CFOs. You should have better sense. Say, we got negative working capital. Why? Because when I sell, I take the check immediately from a distributor, no credit. When I buy, I pay after 60 days, 45 days. For the privilege of selling to you, you have to give me credit. Why take credit from small people? When I was in Infosys, I should tell my vendors, I want a bill by the last working day. And I'll pay you. I don't want your name as due. Give me the bill. I should call them and demand the bill and pay them on time. You understand? Why don't these big companies pay them? These FMCG companies don't pay them. Why do you hold on to small people? Support the small people. They're giving you things at lower cost. Why are you taking the money? They don't have enough money and working capital. They don't have enough equity. They're struggling. The least you can do, government should pay on time immediately. Public sector should pay on time. And if you don't pay on time, you should penalize, because that is the control they have on bribery and money. Even private sector should pay on time. Pay on time. When I travel, I tell myself, get the bill I want to pay. See, we must have this payment. If you don't delay payment, there's no penalty. The small guy will die, sit outside the door. If you do service to me, but don't pay, you make it run. How do you feel? You humiliate the small entrepreneur. Make him sit outside the door. Treat them with respect. You have to pay. You've taken his service. Pay. You negotiated the price. Pay. Contractors don't get paid. Some 30,000 crores contracts, Karnataka has not got paid. I don't know who they are. I don't know if their number is correct. That's what the government doesn't pay them. Do work, don't pay them. Do work, don't. So what are they to cheat? And then by bribery. We got to change all this.
Right. When you look at India, sir, looking ahead, we have so many of these teething problems that I feel are small policy interventions that you outlined as well, which can have an
big policy interventions, small thing, but big policy, because our political leaders, barring Narendra Modi, have failed this country. What has the Prime Minister done to stop tax terrorism for 10 years? She has given possibly more powers to the tax officer to harass her than any finance minister, I think, in history. Why didn't you stop litigation? Focus on litigation. Spend 3 months, next 3 months, completing litigation. Stop the harassment. Give refunds and go. They're giving refunds. But still much money is taken up. Do that. Stop litigation. You got a set of people who just litigate. Because why? They got power. Power. Why can't she do that? Release all the subsidies due to people as part of policy. Follow it up. Review. Have you released? Because government is lethargic. All IAS officers think we're all there for policy. Execution is not our problem. At least review. Prime Minister reviews projects. Narendra Modi is the biggest boon for this country. For us to grow so far, he is the boon. We have to be grateful to our Prime Minister. Other ministers should buck up and reform. What has been the reform in the area of law and justice? Tell me what reforms have been there. Yes, we changed the name and put his IPC into some other name. That's fine. What is the reform? Reduce the number of litigation. Any old case, criminal case, more than 10 years, which does not involve rigorous improvements, withdraw from the government. Why are you harassing everybody? Forget it. There's so many 144 cases. Unauthorized assembly and all. Just remove it, no? What is the point? You don't have capacity to execute. You don't have capacity to prosecute. That is being used to make money by a lot of people. And any corrupt government officer, sack him. You should sack 4,000-5,000 corrupt officials from government of India in every area. Even in state government, sack him. I keep tweeting and telling Deputy CM and Chief Minister, all these people who are not cleaned the street for so long, were now cleaning, sack 100 of them for dereliction of duty. It's their job to keep it clean. Money is being spent. Why is it not clean? Because there's no repercussion. Sack them. What is there? They go to court, let them go to court. We can go tell the court this is what they've done. They're public servants. They got to work for you. They're getting paid very well, yeah. The salaries of all these people is very, very good. The perks are very good.
Yeah. There's also this whole insidious sort of a thing that they pay to get the job, and so
yes,
they have to earn to make that capital back, and so on and so forth.
See, if political leaders make money in big contracts, something, speed money, I'm okay. I don't want to fight the battle. Why should officials take bribery? They're getting paid salaries. They're doing their job. Why should they be bribed? They got a bribery per counter. In BD, I'm told 12, 13 desks have to be paid bribes. Why can't you stop this? Stop people suffering. You want to make money in big deals. Okay. I don't want to quarrel. I don't want to talk about it. I know who is making money. Everybody talks. Everybody in the city knows who is making money. That's not the battle we should fight today. The battle we should fight today is, why should officials be corrupt? Why should a chief minister, who is a great man, a mass leader, he's a fantastic chief minister, one of the best chief ministers India, Bank Karnataka has seen, why can't he stop this petty corruption? And the only way to stop the petty corruption is to dismiss them and then put criminal case against them, make them suffer. That's the only way. There's no fear. There is no fear. They disobey the government. If you go to Tamil Nadu and go to industry, they will welcome you inside. They'll take you, give the line, give you allotment letter, and everything happens. Here, you have a high-level committee headed by Chief Minister, all of them, they'll approve everything. Nothing happens. You want land from KD, you got to pay a bribe. You want power, you got to pay a bribe. You want water, you got to pay a bribe. They got to pay a bribe everywhere. They don't do it. And we go back to chief minister and say, Auda, yenu agilva, meeting marti. Nothing happens. They're not able to exit because these people don't listen. In Tamil Nadu, they don't listen. What happens to the official? Transfer to Ramnathan or the Ramnathpuram, some boondocks. Yeah, nothing. Because when you go complain, sir, na durkoti is sir, prosige. What do you do, man? Why can't they stop that at least? Stop that. See, politicians need money for elections. Now somebody told me yesterday, in the remote part of Karnataka, you need 20-30 crores for MLA election. Because they have to pay 5,000, 3,000 things. Because stupid, I don't want to quarrel about that. But where will they get money? Good people don't enter politics because there's no money. Bad contractors, crooks, smugglers, drug peddlers, all of them enter politics, they got money. Because nothing happens to them. Corrupt officials. Very soon there will be a tendency, corrupt officials will collect money and fund the politics, the leaders to become leaders, and then they will auction the post. We should put a tariff card in front of many departments, done so the BD and all that. This is the tariff, you got to pay so much of bribe, pay by check. Pay by check. I'm happy. And then, right, this money goes to this, and this. Okay. And do the work fast. Don't harass people. Don't hold up work.
So in this era of competitive federalism, do you think Karnataka is losing out then in that case to other states?
Karnataka is losing out. Much of the industry that comes in goes to Tamil Nadu. MB Patil is doing a good job. He's doing a fantastic job, going around, getting everybody. But look at his effort. Tamil Nadu has got more industry. Babu is competing, he'll grab everybody. Gujarat got all the semiconductor industry. The government industry 50%, they gave 20%. They dragged them, took them to Sanand and other places, show them the land. And they said, this land, take the appointment letter. Finish. Power, water, lelo. They got the industry, now they started production. What have we done? Twiddle our thumbs. Twiddle our thumbs. We lost it. We have the largest number of chip designers, testers, embedded software people in Bangalore. 350,000 people for any city in the world. And then, we don't have a manufacturing industry. Even existing people who want to do, harass them for land. Ask bribe for land. Why can't you stop this, man? Stop it. CM can do it. He's a strong man.
But despite all of these challenges...
We've done well. Just imagine where we'll be. We're the richest state in India. 2,28,75,000 crores of GDP. 4,25,000 rupees per capita income depending upon the population.
Right.
Bangalore, the richest city in India. 50-55% of Karnataka's GDP. $180 billion. $15,000 per capita income. Karnataka paid 2,34,000 crores as corporate tax and individual tax in 23-24. Tamil Nadu was 1,25,000 crores and Gujarat was 90,000 crores. We pay more corporate tax, individual tax in Gujarat and Tamil Nadu taken together. Can you believe it? Yet, we live in misery in this state. We live in misery in Bangalore. We can't keep the city clean. We live in misery.
Yeah. Sir, on a tangential note, people often criticize saying that Indian VCs are risk averse, that they have not taken enough...
Who criticizes?
In general, if the media and so on and so forth...
Ask them to put their money, no. VCs are in business to make money for the clients. They're not there to do charity. They will take an appropriate risk to earn an appropriate return. You are nobody to comment. You are nobody to pass judgment. Forget about it. Ask all those malcontents to put their own money and take the risk. Then fine and show everybody. We take risk. We earn returns. We have a portfolio of 125 companies. 30 exits, 20 write-offs. We take risk. Everybody takes risk. Without risk, can't do the business. We don't want loose comments from all these fellows. They make loose comments. There's a problem in this country. They don't understand. They don't study data. They should study data of all the funds. How much have they invested? How many companies they wrote off? How many they made? They'll understand. Everybody takes risk. In the equity market too, you take risk. Here also you take greater risk. Because they're unlisted startups starting from the bottom.
Yeah. Early stage as well. So final question, sir. For, let's say, a young person who's about to graduate, what is like 2-3 pieces of advice you would give
Look,
this
young person about to graduate, there are some qualities you must have. First, you must have a curious mind. A child is born with a curious mind. It asks questions. Keep curious. Why is the world working this way? What is happening in the world? Read, understand, be curious to know how things are, what it is. Become a problem solver. Think how to solve problems. You see something, how can this problem be solved? Whatever it is. You see a dirty street, how can it be solved? What is wrong? If you see some piece of technology, you understand, how can I do better? Have a problem-solving attitude. So you think, you ideate, you do everything. And then, if you get a job, work very hard. All this nonsense, why should I work 70 hours, why should I work this? It's nonsense about yourself, man. Nobody cares a shit about you, man. You don't work, you will not succeed. Name one person who has succeeded in life without working hard. One person. Tell me, which sportsman has succeeded without working hard? It is tough. Which entrepreneur succeeded? Who has succeeded? It's tough. It's competitive. Please work hard. For your own sake. You don't work hard, it's fine. It's your life. Don't listen to people. Do what you want. Who cares the shit? I don't care. Nobody cares. So learn to work hard. Become productive. In the first 5 years of your life, learn to use technology. Become productive. Work harder than others so that your skills and your ability is much better than others in 5 years. So you will succeed in life. You're a go-getter, problem-solving attitude. You need that. And learn how to communicate and talk. Your body language should be confident. When you walk into a room, people should stand up and see you. When you open your mouth, you should talk sense. Learn to communicate. Stand in front of a mirror and talk and listen to your own thing and say, this joker who is standing up and talking, will you fund him? Will you give him a job? Ask the question. Very simple. Stand in front of a mirror and answer questions and see your own face. You understand? And if you're an entrepreneur, sit down with, get a team. Team is important, not one person. And work out, ideate, learn to pitch, learn to communicate, go try to get capital and work. You'll succeed. It'll take a lot of time for you. Some people do it better. Some people succeed. But these attitudes of curiosity, problem solving, hard work, communication, without that you can't succeed. Great measure. Some people still succeed.
Right. Thank you so much, sir. This was a very interesting conversation, and as always,
Let me say one thing.
Yeah.
I'm an eternal optimist. I believe in my country. I work my butts off working here. I'm well off, but I still spend a lot of time on public affairs. I want India to succeed. I want us to go to $10 trillion by 2035. I want every young Indian to dream big and achieve their dreams. And as a society, we must create the context and ability for them to succeed. Remove difficulties from the door. Make life easier for everybody. Create a very good society where you can have a high quality of life. Things work. There's no shortages. We all have to work to do that. I still do that. I'm a very harsh critic. I speak the truth. I don't care anymore. I respect people for hard work. Any government that comes, I respect them because they have been elected by people. And I worked with all government for 35 years in Karnataka. And I criticize them. I praise them when they do good work. I got nothing against them. I want them to do more and more and more to build our state, build our country. I respect everybody who succeeds, everybody who is a leader. We should work to them because that's the government. People have elected, respect them. If somebody says, oh, they got 30% or 40%, that's rubbish, man. That's our system. Learn to work with them. You can criticize them. So I'm an eternal optimist. My father gave me a particular world. I want to leave the world much, much better for my children and grandchildren. That's the only thing. You understand? But we should work together to do that. We should create the India of the dreams of our founding fathers. Our parents worked very hard. They're nothing. They were poor. They worked hard. They slogged to bring us up. We worked hard to bring our children. All of us should work hard. Make sure no young person in this country should fail, should be hungry, should get good education, should have a good life. That is the dream we should do.
Absolutely. On that note, thank you so much, sir. This was a very interesting conversation. As always, you have very straightforward views, and that's what the audience appreciates as well. Thank you so much.